Alright, and welcome back to another quick video. I'm going to do a quick how to defeat video. We're going to go after the Diamond Dragon. Now the team we're using is the default team that I did the original playthrough videos with. All I did was level these guys up to level 100. The experiment with this was every 5 levels from where I left off with the original playthrough video. Every 5 levels, I attempted the dragon until I successfully beat him without people dying. And that is actually kind of coincidental. It came up to about 100 for everybody, which was real nice. Now, these guys aren't overly powerful. They have a couple of pieces of decent gear, but a lot of it is just a kind of hodgepodge that I've found throughout leveling these guys. There are a couple of items that I want to mention. One is this perfect Gloombringer of Strength. This was just a random pickup from an Ember Orc fight on Suicidal. The 5% damage lifesteal is fantastic, and I went ahead and I just coupled that with a couple of Terror Rings and the Crown. So he has a little bit of life stealing for his own healing purposes for that, which is phenomenal. The other is this ancient contester that I have put on my Geomancer. It steals 10% life on damage on hit, and he has a huge force damage on it. Gives a little bit of fire damage. He's not going to be in the melee range, but if something comes into the back range and is next to him, he's going to put a hurting on something pretty good. And the skin, it looks phenomenal on that. Another item that I like is with this Wand of Adroitness for my wizard. He has this little thing. It does slice, force, and pierce damage all at a decent amount, 14 to 58. Has 55% chance of stun. Does quite a bit of fire damage. But it's also got a huge bonus to evade and armor. But the skin for this thing, I wish I could zoom in and show you, but it looks like a blue and silver Eye of Sauron in the center of it, and it's fantastic looking. And I really wish I could like reverse pinch and zoom into that. That would be fantastic, but I can't. But everybody else is just kind of decently geared, nothing crazy, nothing really high. Vicious, if you get items with Vicious as a prefix on it, the damage modification on it is huge. Outstanding. Just wanted to point that out. So if you guys are looking for items and have things to go after, that is certainly one thing to go after, is a big modifier for damage on those guys. Alright, so we're going to jump into this Diamond Dragon. A couple of key points off the bat is he is weak against lightning. So where did I put our casters on lightning? Got a level 5, and then our Geomancer is like level 8. And then everybody else is that'll be on auto. Our priest is that'll be passive and just throwing out heals. The Shadow Warriors, they are very fast. They're weak against cold and magic damage. Which, when we start, I'm going to throw Mana Rupture up off our Wizard real quick. And then go back to shooting the lightning at the dragon. But these guys are pretty quick. If you get surrounded, they start doing some pretty good criticals. Another thing that the Diamond Dragon likes to do is his special little Shard Storm attack. Basically hits everybody with crystals, and they all bleed. And bleeding stacks pretty heavily, so you'll need Healing Aura to remove that off, or that'll be spamming heal on everybody. So let's go ahead and get going here. We're going to throw Mana Rupture up, and we're going ahead and we're going to mark one of the warriors. Gets them out of the way. Let's mark the other one. The quicker you get the Shadow Warriors out, the more you can devote all your damage to the dragon. which is a pain in the butt. He has a huge life regen that if you don't have enough damage output, you're not going to start knocking him down in the health. And he has a couple of big heals that he does on himself, so you want to be able to outpace him with damage. And if you notice, everybody was down to about 75%. Healing aura is big. You notice my warrior is taking quite the pummeling here. Let's get him caught back up. These matches are not a set it and forget it type of autoplay. You really got to micromanage, especially with healing. Once he gets down to about the 75%, there you go. So he's going to start jumping. So you want to be able to move your guys out of the way and get him back to where he's not doing a lot of damage. And he does shoot fire, and if you guys have low resistance, and you notice that area is fairly large, I recommend spreading your back lines out a little bit. That way not everybody gets hit all at once, only a member or two. So that, also notice everybody has the healing stacked on them, and that pulls them down pretty quick, so you want to be able to pull that off of everybody all at once. That's why I praise healing aura. Party-wide heals that stop bleeding is a must for this fight. Oh! Almost disaster. Jumped right next to the priest. There we go. Good thing about that is she is quick enough that I can move her out of the way. But we definitely did not want him standing there next to her. And I don't feel safe with my wizard right there. Wizard's a little slower. He's not going to be able to move as quick. Let's get him out of the way. Top off. Alright, now with one of the new updates, healing, not healing aura, but divine favor has a chance to summon a celestial being to your aid. It also gives blessings and curses. Blessings to the party, curses to the monsters. So I'm going to see if we can't get something decent out of this. Alright, didn't work too far, but let's do one more time. There we go. Okay, so we have major swiftness, or major slowness for all monsters. So he is slowed, and then the entire team has quickness, which is fantastic. And I'm going to stack that, if I can find it. Haste. And if you notice, we have a nice little ally buddy here. So he is our divine help. So he is going to put a whooping on this dragon here. And I'm going to go ahead and stack haste. Yeah. Let's go ally. There we go. Warrior angel. Let's put him back. There we go. Alright, now the great thing about the allies, they can be healed. So we're going to throw a couple of heals on this guy, and hopefully he gets to keep staying in battle. Alright. Not really comfortable there with that guy. Have our wizard throw a healing aura while he's moving. Oh! Our divine ally has went away. Now it's back to normal. Let's move our... I don't like him directly jumping, so let's see if I can't box him in. There he goes. Now he's moving. Once he gets down into the red, he's going to start moving around a lot more. And if you're not applying consistent damage through your casters or archers, he will regain his health quite quickly. And we were successful with this. Okay. Huge experience bonus for defeating this guy. Really good gold and the items are fantastic. I'll show you those in just a moment. Gold, anywhere between 50 and 110,000 is fantastic. There are spells that you can gather off of these guys. The long fights, we do get quite a bit of skill improvements, which is, what they're meant to do. Level up as you're grinding. Now, if you notice, our huge damage outputs are through our casters. That lightning damage is really putting a hurt on this dragon. The knight, warrior, or assassin is just there to apply pressure to stop his huge health regen. If you can match or exceed his health regen and then push the damage with the lightning, you're going to be successful with this. And especially if you can micromanage your healing, pull the bleeding effect off of everybody, and do some really good spot healing. Our priest has a decent level heal and is able to do a couple hundred for a heal blast on the warrior. Again, healing is the key component to this dragon. High damage output to beat his regen and healing. And so the items we got from this, it looks like everything, no, not everything, is unidentified. We have an unidentified artisan sword, a long sword, and a hellskin. Hellskins are typically good for casters. They're medium range armors. 30s, 40s, I've seen a few in the 50s before. Nice damage output for a corrosive artisan sword. The base attack speed, you're able to stack some poison pretty good with a fast character on that. Mystic swords I've never really used too much, but this one has a decent fire modifier. A little buckler. Bucklers. Got another poison corrosive mystic sword. That is fairly decent. I guess if you wanted to go melee with a caster, geomancers can't use them. What about wizards? Wizards can't use them. Priests can't use them. Well, what class can use them? Okay, exorcist. Yeah, that makes sense. Warlock. I can see that one, chapter 3. But you got a rogue. Rogue can use them. Ranger. Knight, warrior, samurai, marksman. Marksman. Yeah. I'm going to have to create a melee marksman just for the heck of it. And then a diamond usurper. Decent armor for that. Nice speed boost. Anything that you can get a speed modifier on is fantastic, because can't really increase speed unless you dump a lot of dex points into a character. But we're going to take all those and we're going to leave. So that is the Diamond Dragon in pretty much a nutshell. If you can apply pressure and negate his healing regeneration and push the damage through with lightning on your casters or lightning on your weapons, you're going to be successful. And especially if you have a decent priest that has healing aura and is able to pull bleed off of everybody. I hope you guys find this helpful on how to defeat the Diamond Dragon. I'll be posting the Gold Dragon here shortly. Stay tuned for that video. Have fun. Happy farming.